내전과 전쟁으로 그리고 가뭄과 같은 자연재해 등으로 그 어느 때보다도 이스라엘로 알리야는 유대인들의 숫자가 굉장히 많이 늘어났다고 하죠. 미국이나 유럽 그리고 남미에 있는 유대인들은 본인들이 맘만 먹기에 따라서 언제든지 알리야하는 것이 그렇게 어렵지는 않을 겁니다. 물론 그것도 쉬운 일은 아니겠지만요. 하지만 이스라엘과 적대적인 관계에 있는 이란이라든가 시리아, 레바논 그리고 또 아프리카의 튀니지나 사회주의 국가인 쿠바나 또 이 파키스탄 같은 나라에 살고 있는 유대인들이 이스라엘로 알리야한 것은 절대로 쉽지 않을 겁니다. 만약에 그들이 이스라엘로 알리야한다고 하면 그야말로 극비 작전 또 특수 작전 이런 걸 통해서만 겨우겨우 이스라엘로 알리야할 수가 있겠죠. 그런 특수 작전들을 오랫동안 직접 수행하셨던 분이 저희 브래드TV 스튜디오를 찾아주셨습니다. GC 에이전시에서 알리야 및 정착 그리고 특별작전 부서의 디렉터이신 아리엘 디폴토 씨와 이야기를 나눠보도록 하겠습니다. 오늘은 아주 흥미진진한 그런 대화가 될 것 같습니다. 어서 오십시오.
Thank you.
제가 조금 전에 우리 아리엘 디폴토 씨 소개를 할 때 특수한 나라에 있는 작전을 수행하는 그런 분이라고 제가 소개를 드렸는데 구체적으로 어떤 국가들에 있는 유대인들을 어떻게 구출했는지 좀 소개를 해 주실 수 있겠습니까?
First of all, when we speak about special operation, I can't name some country because Jews are in danger there. So I can give the example of, for example, Ukraine, because there was a war and we have special operation. So how we work? I will say about Ukraine and I will say also about others country that I can't tell the names, but we bring people. So first of all, in Israel, we are always ready in the Jewish agency to emergency situations. So if you take Ukraine, February 24, 2022, the war began. So the day before, February 23, we had at the global center that you visit about 200 phone calls. February 24, we began to have 2,000 phone calls. So what we done? We to recruit more people to work. We had 7 people in the Russian department, and then the day after we have 40 people working for us and 100 volunteers. We opened the global center all over the day, 24 hours. We receive 200,000 phone calls and requests of Aliyah. We help people to arrive to the border. We evacuate 9,000 people. We connect the people to our emissaries that work on the border, Poland, Romania, Hungary. They wait for the refugees, the Jewish refugees. In others' country, we help people to have passport. We help them to go over the borders. Once they arrive to another country, we are there to give them flight ticket, to take them out from the countries. Once all those people arrive, they're coming without nothing. So our duty is to integrate them. And what we done, we gave them absorption center, we gave them grants to help them to be integrated. We gave them public housing with the government and also grants to buy houses. So this is the work, and we rescuing people from danger.
조금 더 구체적으로 질문을 하겠습니다. 아프리카에 있는 나라들이나 중동에 있는 나라들, 뭐 서로 또 남미에 있는 나라들 상황이 다를 것 같아요. 거기에 따라서 작전도 달라지죠.
There are some countries that Israel have no diplomatic relationship with them. So it's really difficult, and we don't have anyone in the ground. So we need to find a way to take out people through other countries. And for example, from South America, sometimes we take people out of the countries, paying a round-trip flight, so the authorities didn't know that the people are going out and not returning. So it costs us more, but it's more safer. And then we bring them to a third country, and then we take them. The other country that I can't name, it's always depending if the people success to get out. And this is the big challenge. But once they arrive to another country, we are there to take them out. This is the biggest operation. And if we want, I can give an example. March 2016, I began to take care of Aliyah of Yemenite Jews from Yemen. I can speak about Yemen. So from 2009, after a Jew was killed, Moshe Nahari, he was a rabbi, and he was killed by a Muslim guy because he didn't want to convert himself to Islam. And then we began to have a high raising of anti-Semitism, and we began to take out the people, and it was not easy. Yemen is in war with Israel. Yemen is a country with war, so we had some time to send someone there, and he was not like an Israeli, and he began to take out the people until he was arrested. March 2016, we don't have no one there, no one. And I brought 50 people together, March 2016, whole family out of Yemen. It was a big rescue operation. They get out after, you need to know that after the operation, a lot of people in Yemen were arrested because local people, because they help us to take them out. Today only 6 Jews are in Yemen, and we brought whole family. And in 2015, we also brought the body of a Jew that was killed in Yemen, and the family didn't want to let behind the body. So we bring him to Israel. Don't ask me how, but through another country, we bring the body to be buried in Israel as a Jew.
물론 이제 지금은 예멘 이야기를 해 주셨지만 그 중동에 있는 나라들 또 아프리카에 있는 나라들 이렇게 구체적으로 나라 이름을 이야기하면은 그곳에 있는 유대인들이 위험해질 수도 있기 때문에 구체적으로 이제 나라 이름을 이야기는 할 수는 없겠지만 그래도 그 효과적인 작전을 수행하기 위해서는 그곳에 있는 유대인들과 또 이스라엘의 주이시 에이전시와 계속 지속적으로 연락을 해야 될 것 같아요. 연락은 지속적으로 가능한 겁니까?
All the time. I can tell him how we do it, but we have open communication, and I want him to know that each time something happened to a Jew in those countries, we are the one that informed the government. We are the one that gave information. Because of having open communication, we know everything about each Jew in those countries. We know the number, we know where the people are, and we know how to contact, and we are the first to know when something happened to them. If a Jew is killed in one of the country, we are the one. The family will contact us. We have people on the ground, so we know and we inform everything. The Jewish Agency is the first responder in the Jewish world to those countries.
물론 이제 그러한 작전을 하기 위해서는 GC 에이전시뿐만 아니라 이스라엘의 무슨 뭐 정보기관이라든가 또는 뭐 군부대하고도 이렇게 긴밀하게 또 협조를 해서 그런 특수 작전을 수행하시겠지만 워낙 뭐 위험한 지역에 위험한 나라에 있는 유대인들을 극비 작전으로 이스라엘로 알리야시키는 일이기 때문에 늘 성공하지는 못할 것 같아요. 그렇게 작전을 하다가 중간에 일이 잘못돼 가지고 알리야가 포기되거나 중도에 다시 되돌아가거나 이런 경우도 있었습니까?
It happened sometimes because they were arrested. Because when they were on the way to Israel, they were arrested. Yes, it happened, but it not depend on us. It depends on the government there that know, and because of that, it's very sensitive. They were arrested. But sometimes with success, sometimes it takes 2 times, 3 times. But we always try, and at the end they went out. But I'm sorry to say, yes, sometimes because they are arrested and they disappear, so we are not able to come to bring them. Yes.
그러면은 그 중동 지역에 이스라엘과 별로 이렇게 관계가 좋지 않은 나라에도 이제 유대인들이 살고 있는데 그 유대인들은 어쩌다가 거기까지 가서 이렇게 살게 됐고 그런 그 이슬람 국가에서 유대인으로서 유대인의 정체성을 지키면서 지금까지 살아올 수 있었을까요?
The Jewish community in all the Middle East and Arab countries are there from the expulsion of Spain. They came from Spain, they were expulsed from Spain, and they come to those countries. Other countries, they came to make commerce and they end there. Most of the time, Jewish community there are living among them. You need to know that in Israel from 1948, most of the Jews from there made Aliyah. 698,000 Jews made Aliyah from Middle East and Arab country from 1948. Today, in some of the country, they live as a Jewish community, being a minority. They can have their religion, but in some of the country, the contact with Israel is forbidden, okay? And we care about those Jewish community, but they have a big history. Most of the Jews left and ran away with the state of Israel was established, but still Jews there, keeping their Jewishness. There are Jewish community. Normally, those regimes allow religions. There is a difference between religion and Israel. It's not a big difference, but they give them the opportunity to make the religion. In some of the country, for example, it's forbidden to teach Hebrew, and the rabbi in our religion need to teach Hebrew, so the boys can study the Torah and everything. So the limit is very, very thin here.
제가 예전에 그 이스라엘 가서 들은 얘기인데 러시아 쪽에서 알리야하는 유대인들 중에 정통 유대인이 알리야를 이제 해서 왔는데 이스라엘에 도착해서 이것저것 이렇게 물어보니까 사실은 유대인이 아니라 이스라엘로 오기 위해서 유대인이 아닌데도 이렇게 정통 유대인처럼 복장을 다 하고 뭐 그렇게 해서 이스라엘로 왔다고 그러더라고요. 그러다가 이제 발각이 됐어요. 그런 식으로 그 알리야에서 들어오는 사람들 중에 가짜도 있죠.
First of all, a lot of people, I'm in charge of all the Aliyah. Israel is a good country to live, so a lot of people try to falsify documents and come to Israel on Aliyah. So we are very requested. But when we check eligibility, it's not people need to give documents, public documents like birth certificate, marriage certificate, but also Jewish proofs. Or we work for the law of return, that you are Jewish, born to a Jewish mother, or born to a Jewish father, or for example, married to a son of a Jew. So it's not enough to have a mask like an Orthodox. We check your documents. And sometimes, most of the time, we know that you're not entitled to come in Israel. It's not a fact of religion. When we check eligibility, we check if you belong, what is your connection to Judaism. And you can be not an Orthodox, only a son of a Jew, and make Aliyah. So don't worry, we know not always, but we find those people.
1948년 이스라엘이 건국한 이후 지금까지 수많은 알리야 작전들이 있었어요. 제가 알기로도 뭐 솔로몬 작전, 모세 작전, 뭐 여러 작전들이 있었는데 아리엘 디폴트 씨가 관여를 했거나 또는 직접 주도했던 그 특수한 작전들 중에 가장 기억에 남는 알리야 작전 어떤 게 있습니까?
In my heart, because I was born in Morocco, because I'm a Moroccan Jew, it was all the operation that the Jewish agency brought the Jews from Israel, from Morocco to Israel. 250,000 Jews were brought from 48 to Israel. So for me, it's a special. But the second one special, and it's also, when you take care of Aliyah, I'm not only Moroccan, I'm Yemenite, I can be from Venezuela. It's the flying carpet operation of bringing Jews from Yemen to Israel.
사회주의 국가, 공산주의 국가에 있는 그 유대인들을 알리야시키는 것도 쉽지는 않을 것 같아요.
Yeah, it's not easy. Not easy. Venezuela, you have 4,000 Jews. We have a big Jewish community, 4,000 Jews, very well organized. But it's not easy because we don't have diplomatic relationship. Those are dictators that have no relationship with Israel. And like you said, one is communist, and it's not easy. In Cuba, you have about 1,000 Jews. So as you asked before, sometimes, most of the times, Baruch Hashem, we success to take care of the people and to save them.
그렇게 해서 이제 성공적으로 이스라엘로 도착하면 다행인데, 성공적으로 도착한 이후에도 그렇고, 만약에 실패해도 그렇고, 그런 작전 이후에 그 나라와 이스라엘 국가 간에 어떤 외교적으로, 정치적으로 이렇게 문제가 되고 좀 복잡해지지 않습니까?
No, first of all, we don't have diplomatic relationship, so it can't be worse because we don't have. But the problem is each time it's public, the danger is for the Jews that live there. Okay? This is the danger. And it's exactly the reason that we can speak publicly about some countries.
그렇게 목숨을 걸고 이스라엘에 도착이 됐는데 잘 적응해서 살고 있습니까?
So we make a lot of efforts to integrate them to Israel because you're right, it's not enough to bring them. We need to help them to success in Israel. First of all, a lot of people coming from those countries, coming without nothing. They had to left everything behind and run away. So we integrate them in absorption center. We work with the government and they have public housing sometimes. We help them to have a profession. We help them to learn Hebrew. We help them also to have grants like Ethiopian for Aliyah. And I want to say that all those things, we can do it also thanks to you and thanks to the Korean people and the churches that donate to the Aliyah and help us to save people.
제가 지난번에 그 이스라엘 갔을 때 주이시 에이전시에서 운영하는 그 콜센터를 방문한 적이 있어요. 그 보니까 이제 전 세계에서 이스라엘로 알리하고 싶은 사람들이 그쪽으로 이제 전화를 해서 뭐 문의하고 상담하고 그러는 곳 같더라고요. 지난번에 러시아하고 우크라이나하고 전쟁이 났을 때 막 러시아하고 우크라이나에 있는 유대인들이 이스라엘로 알리야하고 싶어서 이 콜센터로 전화를 너무 많이 해서 그 상담원들이 건물 밖에까지 이 전화선을 연결해가지고 밖에서까지 전화를 받았다 이런 얘기를 하더라고요. 물론 24시간 동안 24시간 계속. 예. 그때 상황을 좀 구체적으로 설명해 주시죠.
So yes, we have our call center. The situation in Russia and Ukraine is unstable. So most of the Aliyah in 2022, 76,000 people made Aliyah. Among them, 15,000 from Ukraine and 44,000 from Russia. Still, there is an increase. So we work outside of Israel with call center. And then when people open a file, everything arrives to our call center and we answer people, we help them to have the list of the documents, to be registered to absorption center. And I can tell you that I think that the Aliyah will go and increase because, as you see, the situation is not so stable. And we have a lot of phone calls, still and request.
제가 사실은 지난주에 미국 브루클린을 갔거든요. 거기도 굉장히 많은 유대인들이 있던데 그 사람들은 알리야 하겠다라는 얘기가 없습니까?
First of all, the biggest Jewish community in the world, it's USA, biggest, okay? But the Aliyah from North America is about 3,500 each year. You know, it's a free country. People that make Aliyah from the USA make Aliyah by choice, not because they run away. And we see a lot of people. Last year, you can tell him that we have 4,000 people made Aliyah. But they love also, they have a Jewish free life also in the United States.
주이시 에이전시는 왜 이렇게 전 세계에 있는 유대인들을 이스라엘로 알리야하기를 원하는 겁니까?
First of all, Aliyah is very important to Israel. Aliyah, the Jewish agency from 1929, is dealing with Aliyah. And the Jewish agency brought more than 3,500,000 people. Aliyah brings prosperity to Israel. Aliyah brings demography. It's an answer for demography in Israel. And we are the nation of the Jewish people. We need to help Jewish people to be in Israel. So we need to help them if they choose to come or if they are in dangers. Most of the biggest wave of Aliyah were because of situation. Russia, Arab countries, after the Second World War, the Eastern Europe. So yes, the Jewish agency, it's our duty to take care of Aliyah.
근데 어떤 사람들이 그러더라고요. 이스라엘 나라는 영토도 그렇게 큰 나라가 아닌데 그렇게 전 세계에 있는 유대인들 계속해서 알리야해서 이스라엘로 들어오면 과연 그들을 받아들일 만한 공간, 그들이 살 수 있는 공간이 있겠는가? 이런 질문을 하던데 어떻습니까?
Yes, there are places the state can integrate everyone. It's not a problem. Who wants to come? He's welcome because we have places.
작전의 특수성 때문에 뭐 구체적으로 얘기할 수는 없겠지만 위험하기도 하고 현재도 진행되고 있는 그 어떤 특수작전이 있습니까?
No. And also if there is, we can't say it. But no, we are dealing with all the Aliyah, everywhere.
전 세계 어디에서 또 갑자기 무슨 긴급 상황이 생기면 그곳에 있는 유대인들이 이스라엘로 알리야할 수 있도록 주이시 에이전시는 만반의 준비가 되어 있습니까?
Yes, completely. And when he speaks about operation, he thinks about operation with a lot of people. Each person that we bring from countries in distress is an operation. Is each individual. So we are always ready. We will make also always the efforts to bring someone. It doesn't matter you're sick, you're old, everything. We will bring you. One time, someone come to my office in Jerusalem, and he was a soldier, and he told me, my brother have an accident outside in his country, and he's 18 years old, and he's in coma. I need you to bring him to Israel because the doctors in the country that he was said, no chance that we can help. he's going to die. So, you know, it's not easy because the person is the coma. When you want to make Aliyah, you need to sign papers, you need to be awareness and say that you want to make Aliyah. So I said, no way, we are going to help. And we found a plane, medical plane. We take the parents and him on a plane to Israel. And it was not a direct flight because we didn't have a relationship with those countries. And we brought him in the coma to Israel. After 2 months, he wake up. And today he's alive. He studied in Israel. The whole family is in Israel. And I'm still in touch with him, with all the family. And he said that if he was not able to come to Israel, he knew that he would die.
Wow.
So this is one of the story that we can help.
그런 알리야 작전들을 펼치고 이스라엘로 이렇게 정착시키기 위해서는 많은 비용이 들지 않습니까? 어떻습니까? 그 비용을 어떻게 국가에서 다 충당을 해주는 겁니까? 아니면 어떤 다른 방법을 통해서 충당합니까?
First of all, the Jewish Agency is a non-profit organization. Normally, we are financed by donations, and also a part is the government of Israel. But we receive a lot of donations from the Jewish world, all over the world, and from Christian organizations. A lot of our budget is donation from the Jewish world, but the last year, a lot of donation are from the Christian world, like Korea is doing, and it's very important for us.
특수한 나라에 있는 그 유대인들의 알리야 특수 작전을 하는 분이라고 해서 저는 그 생각하기에 아주 이스라엘의 특수부대 출신의 아주 특수한 이 덩치를 가진 그런 남자분일 줄 알았는데 제 생각과 예상이 완전히 빗나가면서 굉장히 왜소한 분이 이렇게 하시는데 그 일을 하시는데 힘들진 않습니까?
It's not easy, but I trust what I'm doing. I have a passion. I think that it's not a work, it's a mission. And also, if it's difficult, at the end of the day, when you success to save someone and to bring him into Israel, I know that it's my work and I success.
전 세계 여러 나라에 있는 유대인들에게 어떤 특수한 상황이 생길 때 그들이 이스라엘로 돌아오고 싶어하고 또 도움을 요청할 때 그 일들을 잘 감당하고 있는 우리 주이시 에이전시 아리엘 디폴트씨 그 주신 그 사명을 잘 감당하고 또 많은 유대인들이 이스라엘로 알리야하는데 앞장서 주시고 저희도 그 일들을 위해서 많이 응원하도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 이렇게 귀한 시간 내주시고 좋은 말씀해 주셔서 고맙습니다. Thank you very much.
Thank you.